Carl Sagan has inspired me in so many ways. I'm here at Cornell working towards a career in science communication, and a lot of that comes from Carl Sagan. His work with Cosmos was introduced to me when I was a kid, and I was so obsessed with it that I would go to first grade and talk about it to my teacher, and he didn't really know who Carl Sagan was, so that he started looking to Carl Sagan and watching old Cosmos episodes, and he even printed out a picture of Carl Sagan's head and put it on a popsicle stick for me, and I still have it at home sitting in a potted plant. I can't even really express how much of an influence he's had on me. I think science communication is so important, and I'm here studying astronomy and working towards science communication, and I owe a lot of that to Carl.
I was inspired by watching Contact as a kid, in which he really offers like a kind of vision of like what humanity or society on like a almost sort of like planetary level could be or it could achieve.
I really enjoyed reading his book Cosmos. I think it really enlightened my view of the world outside of just the Earth and the galaxy.
I think he really influenced me because now I'm considering doing an astronomy double major, and my roommate is also considering doing it, and we love going out to look at the stars. Recently there were the Northern Lights and everything.
I think in particular, as someone who wants to go into science communication, the way that he also worked with Andrian and the other writers on Cosmos and tied in not only the actual science, but the history and this sense of personhood and humanity and kind of a universal story that we all share together. And of course, turning around and looking at the pale blue dot. I think these almost spiritual elements are really important when it comes to communicating science, because it's so much more than just facts. And so I think his approach has really inspired me in that sense.
I remember being about 8 years old, I watched Neil deGrasse Tyson's first episode of Cosmos, and at the end of that episode, he talked about how Carl had invited him to his lab at Cornell when he was about, I think, 17 or 18 or so. And that was really the first time I had heard about Carl, and from there, I went down the Carl Sagan rabbit hole and watched all of his Cosmos episodes, and the rest is history, honestly, from there. I don't think I would really be here studying physics if it weren't for him, and so I gotta thank him for that.
Carl Sagan as an astronomer has made me become a lot more interested in exploring the space science and also just the mysteries of the universe.
Personally, I'm a CS major, and Carl Sagan was really helpful developing simulations of exoplanets in one of my programs, and just listening to Carl Sagan just explain the concepts were really influential.
I watched Cosmos, the original with Carl Sagan, when I was in middle school, and at the time I was already pretty sure that I wanted to study the universe, but it was watching that show that fully solidified that.